How do poets use image? Well, we're going to practice that through a game.
Practice.
Yeah,
Practice.
it's going to be a challenge. Are you
I'm
ready to
ready.
do
I'm excited
the
for it.
poetry challenge? Before we get into that, guys, good morning, evening, afternoon. Welcome to the Versus Live. This is our weekly show where every week we talk about a poetry related topic. Joining this process, there's me. Hello, my name is Jeff.
I'm Matthias.
And Matthias. How do you feel about image, Matthias?
It's worth 1,000 words, so I know that
At least.
currency wise. So that's always nice.
Okay, got you. Got you. Would you say image is one of your strong suits?
I wouldn't say it's one of my strong suits. I think I have to work a lot. I have to work a lot at it. So I don't know. I don't know. Would you consider it a strong suit, or would you consider it like? Would you consider something that you have to work really, really diligently at in order to kind of capture? Would you consider that a strong suit, or would you consider it a strong suit if it comes really easy to you?
That's a good question. I think if it feels like you have to labor at it too much, I would probably not call that a strong suit. It can become something that you become good at. But I don't know if I would necessarily say that it's a strong suit necessarily.
Yeah, I think a lot of times I don't want to say it's difficult. A lot of times I have to revisit a poem in order to really, or like really just like any kind of work, in order to really figure out all the potential spaces there are for images as opposed to like dialogue or something like that. Sometimes if you're in a really specific space of inspiration or something like that, I might get it. First one or two kind of read overs, or if that's where a lot of times that's where the poem starts. It starts with the image, but yeah, outside of that, yeah, I think for me personally, I think about the poem that I really want to be writing, and I'm like, okay, after I do maybe an initial first draft, then I find like three or four other spaces where I can like I can add an image here.
I think it's tricky with image. I think that personally, I like my images. I think I'm good at image, personally. There's other things I find more difficult. But I think that one of the things that I'm hyper focused on now with image is making sure that the images are consistent. Like I think one of the things we kind of talked about this. We had a weird image of like last time about how in fiction you can have kind of like one-off images that can feel disjointed from
Yeah.
like the broader story, but it can still kind of work. I think we had the example of like opening a doorknob feels like a wet sandwich or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, a detective.
Versus like kind of the thing that you built on was talking about how, but if this is like a detective that's like obsessed with food or something like that, well, suddenly an image like that can work because you incorporate that elsewhere.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, let us know your own thoughts on image. Do you find image easy to do, hard to do? Do you extend it, use some extended metaphor and things like that? But today I want to work with Matthias to talk about a challenge for image. We're going to see who can create the strongest image for different situations. Is it you or is it me? Is it neither? Do we both lose? We might both lose.
The answer is
It's
yes.
very possible. We might both
The
lose.
answer is yes.
We'll be posting. My goal is to post some quizzes and things like that around social media to see who does better. But before we get to the challenge, just really quick, Matthias, any big poetry things, news, creative news?
A lot of stuff actually. Shout out to my wife. I can't say what the announcement is on here, but there's something. So shout out
Oh,
to AJ.
AJ, it's yours here.
Sierra, what up, Sierra? Oh, Sierra, I have to get back with you.
Sarah and Matthias
been
are
a
working
crazy
on a
week.
project.
Shout out to Sierra, really, really dope artist.
Is that a top secret project too? Is everything top secret these days?
That's not a top secret project, but it's like in development, right? So it's like
Sierra, if it's top secret, you can let us know. We'll see what our thoughts are.
outside of that, it's kind of poetry news because there's like poems incorporated. I have a short film that we officially have a screening for on the 16th.
That sounds very fancy.
So that's gonna be fun.
So sophisticated.
It is sophisticated. Um, Ooh, some. Ooh, can we? I want to talk. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, oh, it was my birthday, right? Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, working
This
2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, something like that. It was like my birthday on a Friday, right? And for my birthday, my good friend Jeff over here, this guy right here, um, good friend Jeff, he got me a membership, a month membership to this place in Columbus, Ohio. It's called Portlock Manor. Really, really dope space, creative space. Shout out to Aziza, who curated the space. It's really, really beautiful, and we have like a month membership there. And one of the things that I was excited for immediately was just to be able to create in there. And I was like, man, like, I don't know what kind of do, with this opportunity, with this space. And I'm really excited because we're actually going to be shooting a short film in there. So shout out to, do they work now?
No, unfortunately, no.
Well, I just shout out to Diverses and Jeff, man. I'm really, really excited. We have a short film going on. I don't want to give too. It's not really too much to give right now, but
Can I talk about? We can do a shout out for the role you need. Can we say that or no? For the
no, because
okay. Sorry.
I know. So I have like a network of people that I can't, because I don't want to put it out there and then be like, I'm going to choose somebody that I know either way. Just that's
okay.
good.
Okay.
Let me see. Outside of that, I have a couple performances coming up, but I have a performance on the 13th.
Let's go.
It's part of the Juneteenth celebration, and I have a performance. Actually have a gallery. I'm involved in a gallery.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to be having a
Also
short
very
film in a gallery. For Urban Art Space. So that's going to be coming up in mid July.
Okay.
So we just got approved for that. There's a couple things that I'm missing right now that are all like kind of mapped up on my calendar, but just got some stuff in the works, some stuff that we're working on.
You also have something on Saturday at 12.
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like that was like a thing for us. Right? Talk about Diverses. We're gonna be at the Columbus Poetry or Columbus Arts Festival.
Yes.
And we are going to be doing a live podcast.
If you like this and you're like, I want this
is your thing
in person. I want them to be here, but I want to be sitting
want to
here,
be
like watching
in the
them
midst
in person.
of it.
I want to touch them.
Yeah, well, don't
do
just
that.
like kind of beware of that last part. Maybe don't do as much, right?
We're human. We're human.
Mostly human. We're 86% human.
Don't just live on your phone. Your screen.
Well, what if like they just turned out like we were just AI and we were just really advanced AI that seemed like real,
which is hypothetical. Anyways, 12 to 1 p.m. at the Columbus Arts Festival. If you go to the Cultural Arts Center, there's a little courtyard. It's walled off. It's really private, but it's really pretty, so it's nice.
It's beautiful over there.
We're going to be doing a live podcast talking about 5 tips, 5 techniques that you can use to use your voice as a tool to communicate your poem more effectively, or your talks more effectively, or even just your conversations with people more effectively.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We're excited to deliver that from the stage.
That's going to be awesome, man. I feel like doing this, but just like with a live audience and with like live people, is going to be really fun, because I really like doing this and it's just us, right? It's just us. When you click in, then we get the little eyeball here, and then we can see that there's eyeballs on it.
Yeah.
But now we can see people's eyeballs in real time.
One of those eyeballs is Sierra's, which is cool.
Shout out to Sierra for being one of those eyeballs.
She-
Well, she's
she
two
might-
of the
she has
eyeballs.
two-
She has 2 eyeballs, but
she
she's
counts
only
as one.
represented by one eyeball
Anyways.
on the icon. So
You get it. Yeah.
you understand.
Anyways, all right. So that's coming up, and then also next week. By the way, just speak to this next week. We probably won't be able to do a lot of our events because I'm going to be at Cave. It's my last. I graduate. It's
I'm
really
clapping.
sad.
I'm pushing the button.
It's so sad. There's like a conduct session you have to attend. And I saw some people actually met at the watering hole. It's going to be their first year. It's like, oh, I remember my first year, you guys.
I remember when I was you.
I think I know Ed Mabry's going again.
Nice.
He's been there every year I've been there, which is cool. And then a couple other people, which is great. So yeah.
How do you feel? Your graduation year?
I know it's
How
really
do you
so.
feel?
It's tricky with Cave because when you go, you're always gonna miss people. Like, because some people are like, oh, I'm taking this year off because I'm doing this one thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, so you're always, everyone's on different cycles. But it's also one of those things that, like, look, if you have the opportunity to go, because let's be honest, like, not everyone has, not even you are always going to have an opportunity, specifically, like, this week in June, every year to attend. So it's like, if you have the opportunity to go, it's like,
Yeah.
you kind of got to make it happen. So it's sad. It's cool going 3 years in a row. But it's also kind of sad going through. Like, it would be cool to space it out too. But now I'm excited. I'm bringing all my equipment and stuff like that because it's kind of like the last hurrah. Like, I really want to be there as a resource for people that are there.
Yeah. That's like one of the things that I really appreciate about you, just as far as like how you kind of like orient yourself or like kind of organize yourself in spaces, because it's like, this is like a really good opportunity for realistically like any, if you're a poet who is working on their craft and wanting to kind of build their discography of poems and really strengthen their poems, like Kaveh is going to be somewhere that's going to be like be beneficial for you. And I think that like kind of going in there with the mindset of, okay, this is the thing that I'm doing, but then additionally there's something that I do all the time. There's a mission that I have with my work, or there is a work on top of my work that is a mission as well. And then being able to be like, well, I'm going to take this opportunity, I'm going to kind of kind of divide some of that time to be able to kind of be that resource, to be able to be active in that space. And I think that's one of the things that like I'm still learning, kind of as far as like, getting if I get an opportunity, okay, how can I make sure that my main goals are still, I'm still striving after some of the things that I'm really working diligently on. And, a really good way to do that is like an opportunity like Kaveh Khanum is like, okay, well, you're going to be in a space with a bunch of artists that you're not typically in the same space of, and these are people that are a lot of them are full-time artists, and a lot of them are working really, really diligently on their craft. And you're like, man, like I have an opportunity to do interviews with them, have opportunities to set them up with good mic, good sound equipment, all that other stuff. And so, I mean, these are things that, again, artists and poets and things like that, like that are out there. One of the things that we preach all the time, and I know Jeff talks about fervently, is like, hey, like, if you have the opportunity to get good sound, get good equipment, get like a good recording done, like that, those are always like the most optimal kind of usages, like optimal situations to kind of put yourself in, and using those opportunities as best you can. You have open mics, you have like showcases and stuff like that, and in this regard, you got Kaveh Khanum.
Yeah, it's true, and a lot of people there. I mean, there's a lot of poets who are just kind of starting to break into the mold, but there's also lots of poets who are established. But again, what we see over and over again, even if someone's established, that doesn't necessarily mean that their online presence is established. Doesn't necessarily mean, and a lot of people you can't necessarily find, even if they have online things, a lot of times it's just them reading a poem. There's no interviews, there's no like thought leadership.
Yeah.
It's all just the content of the piece. And I think that if we really want to leave the mark, at some point we have to not only be able to separate ourselves with our work, but separate ourselves with our own viewpoints on the work itself. This is, I used to not really understand why people would write like craft essays, but now I'm really starting to get, no, this is how you start to really kind of, you create your own unique viewpoint that other people can either be like, no, I disagree with this, or no, yes, I agree with this, and things like that. And I think that's really important, for any artist or for whatever industry you're in. How can you put yourself as a resource? And I think that nowadays, like if I'm doing something, like I mentioned this at the open mic last week, is that we just don't have a lot of time. We have time, but we don't have a lot of time. So there's a lot of urgency in what we do. We don't really have we can't waste anything. Like we have to be very strategic, I think, and we have to be very intentional. Sure. So like if I'm going to like, I was talking with a poet. I was talking with Laurent today, and it's like, if you're going to an open mic, having a goal to be like, what, before I leave this open mic, I'm going to talk to one poet. That's just an example of one thing you can do. in your life where it's like, all right, how can I approach this show that I'm going to with an aspect of intentionality? Because you never know where a connection is going to take you. You never know where that's going to go. So it's just always being mindful of that. And I think this is something that I can give to poets that are at Kave. So that way, it's not about me and my work. It's like, how can I elevate everyone?
Yeah. And also, I mean, and I know it's like, it's a service to, the other artists that you're going to encounter there. But it's also like when you think about, just the work that you're doing and kind of creating a world around your work.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that point, because I think a lot of times we're really reluctant for our work to be anything else but exactly what the work is, right? So it's like, I wrote this poem, I'm like, this is where the poem is, this is what the poem is, and I don't want to do too many other things around the kind of the world of the poem. But yeah, kind of creating a world where you're like, this is my specific work, but there's interviews around it. There is clips around it. There's like a podcast that you can kind of go. That way people can kind of really enter into the sphere of your work and of your personality. And there's like other things that they're able to touch and, put their hands on, kind of in that world. And then that way it just kind of strengthens the callback for that person. Now that person, they're not just in here to get this one poem. There's a world of poems that are around around that poem that they can really observe. So
yeah,
good advice.
Facts. Speaking of which is also actually just founded on that, which is like, for instance, for the Arts Fest. I don't know if they've ever had like a live like podcast stream from the. They've never had everything. If they do poems, like people reading poems or people reading stories, they never had that meta dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Diverse is doing it first.
I mean, hey, we try to innovate, yo.
Let's do it.
We out here. All right, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna share my screen. It's gonna be great. Get excited for a game. And then you guys can be our judges to tell us who wins this game.
Let us know.
Yes.
In a world. I really should do like movie intros.
I've already told you should do voiceover work, but now it's too late because the AI can just do it now.
Yeah,
You're
that's
too late.
true.
Too late. I mean, you can start it, but man.
Unfortunately,
I was too late. Okay, so first things first. Can you give me, let's get 10 emotions. And if you're watching this, you can also give us some emotions too. 10 emotions.
Yeah.
10 emotions.
Sad.
Okay, we'll alternate. I'll say nervous.
Ooh, dedicated.
Ooh, that's a good one. By the way, if you have trouble, this is something I found really helpful when I was at Kalu. If you have trouble with emotion, I mentioned I'm confident in my images. I have to work out emotion. I'm constantly thinking about emotion. It's something I don't think it comes naturally to me, so it's something I really focus on. So I really focus on tone. They have tone dictionaries. Like if you just Google tone dictionary, and basically it just gives you a list of different emotions, and it gets super nitty gritty. Like the difference between like ambivalent versus like careless versus reckless versus apathetic. Like there's so many different tone words, and because then it kind of gets you starting to think about, okay, what are the adjectives that kind of capture that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sierra's feeling angry today.
Oh no.
Or she wants us to use angry. She might not be feeling
well.
angry. Matthias. Oh, you're gonna get me dedicated. Let's do. Relieved.
Reluctant.
Oh, that's good. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more. I'll do frightened.
Petulant.
Sierra's also mentioning emotion. This is important. Saying in their group work, we were talking about emotional self-care, and I've been really big on emotions in my work, especially in painting.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, check out Sierra. Okay, so I was checking out her page, and I feel like people that can do two-dimensional art, especially with painting and do it well. I feel like I can do it accidentally. Sometimes I'll be painting something. I'm like, okay, I kind of like this, and then it turns out to be nothing. Turns out to be literally nothing. So when I look at Sierra's work, and I'm just like, this is really incredible work, and I'm a little bit of jealousy.
Sierra,
But then mostly I'm happy for you, but
Sierra,
I'm also fairly jealous.
we back. Sorry about the day.
And we back.
Sierra, drop your
And we back.
Might get rid of the camera. Give me 1 sec. Sorry for the lag, guys. I'm gonna get off that camera. See if that helps. Sarah, drop your Instagram or your artist one, so we can share that. If you don't mind. Sierra also said determined, which is good. How many more do we need?
I think just one.
79. Final one. I'll say mischievous. Ooh. And I totally misspelled it.
Can you be chivious?
No, you can only miss it.
That's fair.
So it's like whelmed and overwhelmed. Can you be whelmed?
Teen
Okay.
Titans?
Is it from Teen Titans?
That's where I heard it. I mean, maybe this.
I feel like they took it from whatever younger generations, whatever them young folk. All them young boys.
Whatever those young folks up to.
Kids.
I don't know what they're doing.
Sierra said, "Oh, thank you," but did not give me the Instagram handle.
We need it.
Okay, cool. So now what we need, I need you to give me some sort of nature image or natural phenomenon. So, for instance, lightning, and I need 9 more.
Rotting.
Okay. I will say ice.
Stream.
That's a nice one. Say fog.
Mud.
I like that. I will say I'll say flood.
Tundra.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 2 more. I'll say wind.
Rock slide. That's 2.
Doing like Pokemon moves over here. What's your Geodude
Or
crap?
maybe earthquake, maybe.
I like earthquake a little more. The rock slide is a little bit more unusual, which I appreciate. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We have our things.
We try to believe in ourselves.
Yeah, I should have made a table. I'm going to make a table.
Table.
I don't think that means table.
It feels like that was accurate.
Don't think that means table.
It feels like that was accurate. I want to believe it. Wait, so Sierra, are you still with us? Who's our?
I don't know.
If you're watching us right now, live, and I don't mean just in the cameras that are set up from the CIA in Jeff's home. If you're watching us on, yeah, if you're watching us right now, shout out to you. Share this on. Okay, so one of the things I don't know if we do this a lot, but I really think that we don't do a lot of like promo during the show, but it's like really important, right? So if you're like not watching us right now, like what are you doing? But if you're not watching us, you didn't hear me say that just now. So there's that. But if you are watching us, thank y'all so much for the likes and the support. If you're watching this after the live recording and you're showing your friends, like, hey, look at these guys talk about poems all the time. They just gave us 20 random words for no reason at all. Like, okay, don't be jerks about it. Okay, we just like to do that.
We're just winging it.
We're just doing this because. But anyway, you should definitely share this with your friends, your cousins, your play cousins. Your aunts, not your play aunts. Those they're not as cool, but just your regular aunts deserve this to be shared with them. Diversus Poetry on Threads.
We are there on Threads. This is true.
Follow us up on there. Diversus Poetry on. I call it the YouTube because I really want. Who's the CEO of YouTube? Maybe.
Ooh, they got a new one not super long ago.
Whoever you are. Shout out to you. You're doing a great for even allowing us.
I mean, just like being able to post a video, like we both do video. We know how big video files are. Like the fact that you allow people to post videos for free is kind of
the fact that you reached out to us personally. You said, Jeff, Matthias, without Diversus on this platform, we're not going to go that much further. And then naturally we were like, okay, I guess every Tuesday, and then they're like, please, every Tuesday, every single one. And so then we made this podcast. So, thanks for being humble enough to kind of come to us like that. We appreciate it.
Okay. So now we're done stalling with the socials. All right, so we have this table here with words. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game to make some images. We have not rehearsed this at all. In case that's not already evident.
That's not how we do things here.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to pick a word, and you're going to pick an emotion. Okay?
Okay.
And we're going to say... So I'm going to pick the left, you pick the right. Okay? And on the count of 3, you're going to tell me which one you pick, okay? And I'll tell you which one I pick. Okay?
Wait, so I'm on the right.
You're on the right. No. Okay.
Nice.
So we're going to do a word game to show how poets use image.
Okay.
With our figurative language challenge. Okay. Ooh. So again, on the count of 3, you're going to say what your word is, okay?
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Reluctant.
Wind. Okay. Wind and reluctant. All right. Yeah. This is great. So
I think I'm winning.
And we did reluctant. Cool. All right. So what we need to do is we're going to try to create a simile or a metaphor using the wind and reluctance. So like reluctant, like, and then something over here has to be about the wind.
I'm with it.
Get the idea? All right. Okay. So we'll take a moment. If you want to play around with us, we'd love to see what your own answers are in the chat and things. Whether you're watching live or in the replay. So reluctant with the wind.
Wait. But how are we doing that as far as like...
Take a moment to write. Take a moment to kind of think about what you want to say, and then we'll write it down. Okay, and I'll take a moment.
Should I write mine down somewhere else?
If you need to use your phone to write, you can.
Okay.
Man, this is a tricky one. Reluctant. It's kind of like talking through it. So some of the things that stand out to me with reluctant is, I guess, a sense of hesitation. Maybe because I'm afraid to do something. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. So but that's kind of the first thing that jumps out to me when I think about reluctance. So something with the wind, what would the wind kind of be reluctant to move through or to move past. That's kind of the first thing that jumps out to me. So
we have to use like that form of each word as well.
I mean, we're poets, you know. So like, you want to like play around with it, feel free. Reluctant, like. We should do like a timer.
How long?
How long do you think's too long? Like a minute?
You want to do like 60 seconds?
60 seconds is fair.
Let's do 60 seconds. All right.
Do you have a timer at?
I mean, I just got.
Look at this. Thank you. Cool.
It's starting in 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, we got 1 minute. We have official timer. We'll do 1 minute from now on, but 1 minute to think about this. It's hard when you have an image. You have the idea, but trying to navigate all the right words. Is that a full minute already?
Yeah. How long do you think a minute is?
know.
Usually when I stop time in my mind, it's...
Did you finish?
Yep.
I did not. You're going to win this one. All right, what did you get? I have the idea, but I can't find the right words yet. What's up, Pico? What did you get?
Okay. The wind reluctantly hitting the screen like a poker player tilting his hand.
Like a poker player. You said tilting his hand?
Mm-hmm.
Tilting his hand. Well, I didn't even get to finish mine. So Matthias automatically wins that one.
No need to vote on that one, people.
So Matthias is ahead automatically. Okay?
I always believed in myself. That's
All right. Let's do our next one. Petulant is one of those words I always forget the meanings of. What does petulant mean? Like it kind of like
a misbehave.
yeah, it's it's very negative, right? Okay. All right. Let's do the same thing. I'll pick an emotion word this time. You pick a nature word.
Okay.
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 We alternate somewhere to get rid of that. That'd be confusing. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Rotting.
Sad and rotting. So next combination. All right, guys. So think of a similar phrase that combines sad and rotting.
Okay, let's do our timer. Ready?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Now this minute feels extra long. I don't know. It's my perception of time. All right. So mine is watching the rain, like the maple rotting in the garden.
Ooh, that's good. Mine's just kind of grim.
Sad and rotting will do that too.
The saddening of the patient in his bed like a rotting tree trunk.
Similar things with the trees. Okay, can you say again? The saddening?
Saddening of the patient in his bed like a rotting tree trunk.
Okay. You guys can let us know.
Let us know
who you think won. And if you wrote one, please share it. Roses is here. What's up, Joshua? Joshua, we're playing a little game here. Feel free to grab a notebook if you'd like to join in. What we do is we pick a nature word, we pick an emotion, and then we just try to see who can come up with the better simile or metaphor.
Hey, Josh, were you with us last week? Did we see you last week?
I think it's been a minute.
It's been a.
We're going to let us pick. We're going to pick our next word. Okay, so if you'd like to join in, again, we're going to pick a nature word and then an emotion. And you can write down your simile or metaphor.
We switching again?
Yeah, sure. I'll do a nature word. You think of an emotion. Pick one of these.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Mischievous.
Fog. Okay, mischievous and fog. Fog. Mischievous. I misspell it this wrong way every single time. I'm so consistent.
Consistency is key.
Wait, it's mischievous? Isn't there like how is it mischievous? That spelling looks wrong, doesn't it?
Mischievous.
Isn't there like another I after the V? Or it would just be mischievous.
Yeah, these are good questions.
It's so interesting. American English. I teach it, and I've never noticed that before. Joshua says that they have not been around. They've been watching the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. No, I give that. That's fair.
I don't give that. There's no.
That's fine. No, actually, I don't.
Teams.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
sorry,
like
Josh. We don't accept that answer.
Like any of those teams. Anyways, okay. So we're doing fog and mischievous. We got 1 minute on the clock.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And. Now that minute did seem a lot quicker.
That seems a little faster.
Time is relative, I suppose.
I still can't spell it. And Sierra says, I guess it deleted. Sorry. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it won't allow the link.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Rose is in Texas. He's got that Texas stuff. Okay. At least I think it was the South. Yeah, not a Mavs fan just cheering. Well, sounds like a Mavs fan to me.
So I'm cheering on the Mavs because I'm really rooting for Kyrie Irving. Like for Kyrie Irving to beat Boston in Boston.
Like
that's
like
cinema. That's cinema.
I just don't like the Celtics. I'm a Sixers fan. You can't like the Celtics.
That's fair.
Sierra, if you can just don't even put the @ symbol. Sierra, if you could just tell me just write the name of the handle, and I'll put the @ symbol in. Okay, so mine was mischievously hiding her keys like headlights in the fog.
Ooh, okay. And mine was the mischievous fog swallowing the deeds of the lower London alleyways.
It was more fiction to me. Okay, say again.
The mischievous fog swallowing the deeds of the lower London alleyways.
Lower. Those L sounds are great.
Yeah.
And I again misspelled mischievous.
Just for good measure. Just to make sure nobody can mistake me as somebody who knew how to spell mischievous.
It's so wild. Okay, here is Sierra's Instagram handle because I think it was the spam was.
Yeah, because I think the real is mischievous, but
we've pronounced it.
mischievous.
Yeah. That is so interesting to me. All right, if you guys want to let us know what you guys think of those two,
or if you want to start a petition to redo the how you spell mischievous
or that
that's starting tonight.
I will sign that. Okay.
We're switching off again.
We are. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, by the way, guys, if you're playing with us, let us know what your lines are. I'm very curious.
All
right. 3, 2, 1.
Relieved.
Dedicated. Well,
Wait.
That didn't go well.
Wait, right, no, yeah, that's my fault.
It's all good.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, okay. I'm wrong.
Right,
I'm wrong. Let's do it again.
All right, don't pick the same word you just picked, but you pick a nature word.
I'll pick a nature word. Okay.
And I'll pick an emotion. Can't be the same one. You didn't pick any. So.
I didn't pick any. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Tundra.
Frightened. We have frightened and tundra. All right, 1 minute on the clock.
Ready?
Go. Yeah. Okay. So I went global warming.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Frightening as the tundra, gushing water.
Ooh. Nice. Okay, mine. The boy was frightened like a tundra scared of the downpour.
The boy was frightened like
a tundra scared of the downpour. This would have been edited. That line wouldn't have been it.
Okay, that's fine. We're going.
It's a good game. I like it.
It's hard in a minute, man. It's really. All right, we're going now. I am.
You're on the nature. I'm on the other.
I'm on the nature. Yes.
Alrighty.
6 mark off our words. Nearing the end. Again, guys, if you have some metaphors or similes coming through, let us know what they are. I'm doing nature word, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Dedicated.
Lightning and dedicated. All right. 1 minute on the clock.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Gotcha.
You finished early. All right. What you got?
The body was dedicated to the ground like lightning that struck the beach and left glass.
These are getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
All right. Mine was dedicated like lightning scouring a field for the thumbtack. All right.
Unlucky thumbtack.
Have you heard those stories like people like walking down streets like blue sky and things like that, and then like random like lightning strikes from like miles and miles away, just like finding them? I remember like this like stories like this woman. I think she actually got struck twice, like they think it was because of the wire in her bra. Just attracted the light. I was like,
I just feel like if you get struck by lightning twice, it's like it's you. Okay.
Actually,
unfortunately, guys,
like you know how lightning like it comes down but can also go up from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's so our neighbor's son Taj. It was literally the loudest thing I've ever heard. He was outside in his backyard, and the lightning bolt literally like right next to your foot. It was like right next to his foot. He saw it go up into the sky, like just barely missing him. And it's just all I heard it in the house. It shook the house because it's like I don't know if you've ever been like 20 feet away from a ball of lightning, but it is extreme. It sounds like a bomb going. It's so loud. It's like, oh my gosh, what just happened? That was the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Did he get superpowers?
He did not. He got scared. Scared. Fear is a superpower.
That's the awesome. That's like the opposite of the Green Lanterns.
That's fair.
Somebody should make that comic. Like the people that fight the Green Lanterns with fear. Oh no!
There's a universe where that's been made. All right, I'm on the adjective.
Yep.
You're on the nature word. Okay, getting towards the end. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Flood.
Relieved. All right.
Okay. And you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
All right, I got relieved, like finding a working bathroom in the flood.
Okay. A dam relieved into the flood, and the earth drank 4 days.
Okay. Let's talk about more. How many more we got? Got ice, we got stream, we got mud, and we got earthquake. We got nervous, we got angry, we got petulant, and we got determined.
Yeah.
I picked the nature word.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Nervous.
Ice and nervous. All right. We ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
And 3, 2, 1, now.
All right, what you got?
The ice is nervous beneath the elephant's weight in self-awareness. It's beneath the elephant's weight.
No, I need that. I need the whole
And
contemplation.
self-awareness.
Is nervous beneath the elephant?
The elephant's weight.
You can't just say the elephant. It's the weight of the elephant in self-awareness. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Mine was nervous as ice at high noon. Get that.
Braxton P. Hardaway.
Okay. Three more. Or two more. No, three more. Okay. I picked the adjective.
Yep.
Where did we do determined already? Oh, we did dedicated. Not to be confused. Okay. Okay. I picked the adjective. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Stream.
Angry. An angry stream.
Right?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. All right, what you got?
The river stream angry, carving the mountainside for a century now.
You said the river stream angry?
Mm-hmm.
Carving the mountainside for a century now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine was eyes puffy, angry as a swollen stream.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right. We have mud and earthquake. Yeah, we have petulant and determined. I picked the nature word now.
Yep.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Determined.
Mud. Determined mud.
You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
First, her hands determined to hold on to the steering wheel like mud caked on the hubcap.
That's good. All right. Indiana Jones finally met the mud, determined enough to end the next sequel before it can start.
All right, right. You say it to me again.
Indiana Jones finally met the mud, determined enough to end the next sequel before it can start.
Sequel. If only this were true.
You think there's gonna be another one? I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be another one.
I think Harrison Ford wants another one, but he's like, "Well, if you keep paying me, but please don't."
Yeah, they gotta let him.
That's Jeff, Garage Poets in the house. Good to see you, sir.
Shout out, man.
We're playing a little image game. You're welcome to join us. We have 1 round left. 1 round rest. We encourage everyone to join us. In fact, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a comparison, a simile, or a metaphor that links earthquake with petulant. Can you give me a definition of petulant?
Okay, let's pull it up.
Honestly, you probably should have done that for all the words. Like seriously though, because a lot of times there's like nuance with words that you don't think about, so you see them in the dictionary, and it's like, oh, you know, I can kind of tease out that concept more.
So petulant, we have insolent or rude in speech or behavior. And then another definition, characterized by temporary or capricious ill behavior.
It's a lot of bad behavior kind of things. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. All right. So again, we need to link earthquake and petulant in a simile or a metaphor. You get 1 minute to do so if you haven't already started. Matthias, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you're good to go, do it.
3, 2, 1. There we go. Oh, crap.
Yeah. What you get?
You're not going to like me right now. The child's eyes hid certain mischievousness, like a petulant earthquake under stacked dominoes.
Child's eyes hid certain mischievousness. I can do mischievous. No, I can't. Is there really no I?
Really?
It's after the C. How is there no I before the O? Can I just say that? Okay. Anyways, a certain mischievousness,
like a petulant earthquake under stacked dominoes.
This is an interesting one because it goes really micro, then it goes macro, like super macro, and then it goes like micro again.
Yeah.
Hey, some people gave us some suggestions.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining on the last one, guys. The anger rumbled in her voice like a petulant earthquake. Okay. I like how people are attaching the petulant to the earthquake itself. Oh, it's like that anthropomorphic quality, like attaching the emotions onto nature.
Yeah.
It's very Greek, right? Like you think of like gods and things like that, kind of.
Yeah.
Being very moody. The petulant politician is only slightly worse than having an earthquake run through your house. I like that. Like
only slightly.
Run through your house. And the determined swift of air blooms new beginnings. All right.
All right, yeah.
Thank you for sending us some words.
Yeah.
Josh was saying they blamed the open mic. I was leaving an open mic.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm glad I'm guessing it was an in-person one. Wait, so you were chatting with us in the open mic earlier? You were that audience member, Joshua? You got something to tell us or your host? Mm-hmm. Anyways, all right, the child's eyes for a certain mischievousness, like a petulant earthquake under stacked diamonds. Petulant whines, rippling his core like a downtown earthquake.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Look at us.
So, guys, we just came up with... That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, petulant.
Cool. So, again, this is a little activity we could do that I think if you ever get stuck... I think even if you feel like you're having a hard time with a poem, I think doing little exercises like this just to kind of get the creative juices flowing a little bit can be helpful.
Yeah.
Also, it can kind of hopefully give you some images and things like that. Try in some tone words that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise considered, or maybe some images you wouldn't naturally get at. I think it's really helpful too because I think nature. We didn't get to it today. So we have a group called Poet Business Institute, and basically we're helping poets work on their craft game, work on their editing game, but also work on their business aspect game. How can we create a service that helps people while using poetry? We didn't get to the essay today, but Mary Oliver has an essay. I forget the name of the essay. It's from her book, the Poetry Handbook or whatever. And one of the essays that we were actually going to talk about today was talking about image and just, again, how images, especially nature images, there's this universality that comes with them because, even if you grew up in cities, people that grew up in rural environments don't really necessarily know all the things, but a lot of people growing up in urban environments still have some connection with nature. So the nature images can appeal across a wide range of populations and things like that. Yeah. Let's talk about the universality of certain images, for instance, the moon as a mother figure or a female figure, the sun as an energy figure or a healer and things like that. There's certain nature images that just reoccur across cultures. And so nature images, if you're ever trying to just brighten up a poem immediately or make it a lot more evocative, nature image is a quick way to kind of do that. Joshua offers their defense. They say the open mic was over. I was chatting with you guys and others before heading home. Appreciate that.
Your Honor.
They are respectful of the speakers. All right, Joshua.
We'll believe that for now. For now.
Hey, speaking of Laurent, we were talking about earlier.
Really?
This is Laurent.
That's good.
Good to see you again, sir. Thanks for stopping by the stream. And Josh saying, I asked some sprinkles of nature in the poem I shared tonight. All right.
Nice.
If you want to share what one of those nature images was, it'd be great to hear them. Okay. But also, if you have some thoughts on any of the lines, if you think that there was a clear winner for any of these categories, like earthquake petulant or mud determined or sad and rotting, let us know.
Tell us.
And we'll also be doing some posts around the socials just to kind of see what people's thoughts are.
Social.
Final things before we head out today. I do want to just give some quick reminders. So tomorrow on the channel, we have Lo-Fi Poet. So that's going to be at 8:30 p.m. If you want to listen to some music and write to some prompts, join us. We're live typically around 8:30 p.m. New York to 9 p.m. New York, right around then. We'll get through 3 prompts, so you'll leave with ideally 3 new drafts of pieces to get started on.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday, we're doing some recordings and also free headshots. So if you want a free recording of yourself reading a poem and you also want a free headshot, please come through. Most likely we'll be at Roosevelt Coffee House on West Broad by Kosai, if you're in Columbus. Yeah. Friday, we have our open mic at Third Cafe. And then Saturday, you can catch this show live in person at the Columbus Arts Fest.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be on the stage. We're talking again 5 tips for things that you want to consider if you're reading on a microphone or if you're talking to people, if you're doing any sort of communication at all. We have some tips for you that are going to be helpful So that way you can be most effective and give the best experience to your listener and inspire change. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I'm excited.
All right. Well, guys, thanks as always for hanging out with us. There's so many poetry resources out there, so in fact, you spent some time with us. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Once more, my name is Jeff.
I'm Matthias.
Thanks, guys. We will see you next time. Next episode of Diversity Live. You guys take care. Have a good day. Have a good night. Good afternoon.